Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Steelhawks Stadium when we have the junior final here between the Korah Colts. What do you see today, Coach?
Well, I see the weather is working out for us in our favor. It looks like it's going to be a good game. I'm excited to watch both ground attacks because they both have them. Sunshine, dry fields. You wouldn't think October football is shapes up to be that, but we're fortunate enough, and we're just about ready to get to a kickoff. So let's have a safe game, good call, and let's have some fun.
Big thanks though to Saultsports.com for carrying this broadcast for you. You can tune in here, and obviously if you can hear me, you are tuned in. You're going to expect a great game here. Korah would probably be the favorite, Coach, based on their record during the season. But of course, everything the game has to be played, and I'm sure Superior Heights is ready and up for the task today.
No, I would think so as well. We fell short 7 points last week to Superior Heights. They've got a great ground attack. Their defense is playing really well. So I'm looking for a tough defense against Korah's powerhouse run team. One thing you have to really do is contain Gazzetti.
So
he's the factor, he's the X factor in this game. So if you can contain him, it's going to be a good game and a shootout, and that's what we're hoping for both teams.
And again, in the junior division, you usually see a lot more run game, and both teams having lots of options and lots of weapons to use. The Deerings on the Superior Heights side, they got the power game with Albert Pro, our MVP last week. Ben Travisnood obviously carries the ball quite a bit too. And we are underway here with a kickoff back to the Korah zone, fielded at the 20.
Takes a Superior bounce. Some missed tackles early on, and he's off to the races.
And there's that speed again. Is that Gazzetti on the return? Or?
No, it wasn't. It was
25. With the kickoff return, he brings it out to his own 46-yard line.
Melchiori on the return, fielded about the 20, and brought it back for about a 25-yard return. We'll start the Colts off at the 46-yard line.
Correction, sorry, it's 29, not 25. Sorry, Coach.
Number 10.
All good.
Dylan Wooten with the tackle for the Steelhawks.
But there you go. We have some dry conditions, and a couple of these young running backs. Once they get to the outside, it's a track race to the end zone. So nice open field tackle. Unfortunately, he scampered for 25 yards. Could have been some nice field position for Superior's defense, but nonetheless, I think they're up for the task. They're on the ball and ready to go.
And again, like you said, dry field, dry conditions, beautiful night for football. We'll see a lot of running on the ground, but Varpio back in the quarterback position for the Colts. Both of these quarterbacks able to throw the ball as well, but looking to start on the ground here.
There's a sweep out to Gazzetti around the corner, and he's gone.
There's that corner, beat Deering to the corner, and he is off to the races. Well,
first play, 7 points.
Number 22,
6 points.
Around the right side for the
Well, the one thing that Superior Heights is going to
run.
learn quickly is they're going to have to contain the outsides. They did it very well against St. Mary's Juniors as well as White Pines. So they're going to have to get set in a hurry because Gazzetti will run that all day long.
And these coaches will have been prepared. They've been watching film all day, so they know that Gazzetti is a threat to either side on the wings. But that time the defense wasn't able to contain and push Gazzetti into the middle where they need to have him if they're going to stop. That looks like Nixon Blair on the extra point, and it's good. A quick 7-0 start.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of a kickback they get here with Superior's offense. Again, they have a strong running attack. The brothers really pose a threat to the run game, which is great. So we'll look forward to seeing some hard hitting, some end running, and hopefully some points.
Yeah, looks like the Steelhawks will have to answer for their quick score by Korah, but they've showed some great progress with their offense in the last few weeks leading into the playoffs and getting ready for this playoffs. I'm sure they'll be ready, get the jitters out, look for a big start here with them.
Absolutely. I can attest to the frustration, I'm sure, on the first play. I'm sure they've been coached all week to contain the end, contain Gazzetti, and there was no part of that. Once he gets to the outside, it's a track race for him. He's a fantastic rider. He's got some wheels, and he looks for the edge. So they do have to contain the edge, and if they do, they can push him inside, and they've got some hard-hitting linebackers and defensive ends. So let's look for that their next series, and we're getting ready here for Superior kick return.
And, of course, Blair back to do the kicking as well. I would imagine he'll punt one deep. Well, I lied. Number 34 with the kick. Return.
Nick Deering with the return. He's tackled deep.
Stopped at the received at the 25. Got again a couple on the return, but brought down by the Colt
Deering
defender.
with the kick return. He's tackled at his own 23-yard line. It'll be first down and 10.
AJ Kochmilio on the kick. I had mentioned that Nixon Blair was doing the kicking, but it was indeed Kochmilio. And again, Steelhawks will take over about
Number
the
31,
26.
Cam Williamson with the tackle for the Korah Colts.
24, my bad. Cam Williamson on the tackle for the Colts.
Well, you can see early on here that Korah has a few kids going both ways already. And why not, right? You get your best athletes out in the field. It's playoff football. It's championship game, and see what they can do.
And you can rest tomorrow. Solo hands off to, can't see the number there, 39. Oh, Deering.
Number 39, Nick Deering on the carry. He goes
On the carry, gains a couple. Straight ahead, maybe 1 yard on the carry. 2nd and 9 come up for the Steelhawks.
If Superior is going to be successful,
Number
their run game
89,
has to go
Jackson
because they do
Hiltz
have
with the tackle for
a
the
prolific passing game. And in order to have that, they really have to pound the rock, tire out this defense, especially the line, because the line does get a good surge.
And if Steelhawks are to win this game, they're going to have to eat up some of the clock and get their keep their defense
There's
off
a nice
the field.
pitch outside. Very nice run.
Deering again.
For a first down.
Number 39, Nick
Interesting
Deering
look with
on
the hoodie
left side. He
for
gets 10
Deering.
yards and a first down for the Superior Heights Steelhawks. The first
Hanging
down
out the
and
back
10
of the
to his own
jersey, so
36-yard line.
let's hope he doesn't get collared down with that.
Yeah, I'm sure if the refs
Number
do see it,
48,
they may
Ethan
ask him to tuck it
Sorrell
in
with
just
the
for player
tackle for the
safety.
Korah Colts.
I noticed a few other
I see a
kids
couple of
have
them.
it.
Yeah, number 63 on the line there. Had the same handoff inside.
Nice dive up the middle.
There's Perot again.
Beautiful run, 9-yard carry.
Nice. Looks
Number
like he's about 1 yard
64,
short of the
Albert
first down,
Perot. He
but
goes straight ahead, gets 9 yards, makes it second down and
just
1.
as with the Korah Colts and speed kills with Gazzetti on the outside, up the middle with
Number 11,
Perot
Marquise
brings
Strawbridge
the
with
heat,
tackle.
and Strawbridge in on the tackle, but after a good gain by Perot. So you'll see a lot of his name and a lot of straight ahead up the gut.
Well, as I
downhill
mentioned
running.
earlier too, Scott, Marquise Strawbridge on the end there. He's their receiver as well. So if they're going to run at him, they're going to tire him out. Hopefully he's not too banged up and tired to get back on offense, because I'm sure they're going to need him late in the game when
Number 6,
when
Will
Superior's
McDaw,
defense
he goes straight ahead,
figures
gets
out the
first
run.
down. It'll be first down and
And
10,
that's the sacrifice you
Their
make
own
when you
50.
play these guys two ways, sometimes by third and fourth quarter, depending on their
Number 11,
load,
Marquise
how many
Strawbridge, number
dirt reps they
42,
take,
Matthew
both
Poole
sides of the
with
ball,
tackle.
and they can wear down because
Absolutely.
they're young athletes and they're in great shape, but it takes its toll. So first down from the 50.
Another dive up the middle. Good hard run, couple yards, 2-3 yards.
You know what? They're feeling it out. They're getting their feet underneath them.
Number
A
39,
little bit of
Nick
jitters, like I
Deering,
said
he goes
before.
straight
And
ahead, gets
championship
3
games
yards,
for
makes
some of
it
these
second down and 7.
players may not have seen a championship game
Number
in a long
11,
time, so
Marquise Strawbridge, number 42,
they're ready to play.
Matthew Poulin with the tackle.
Well, the one thing I try to stress to my kids playing, it's not the one touchdown that's going to really wear a defense out. So by doing this, you know what, they're wearing the defense out. They're getting some confidence in their run game, their offensive line. I'll tell you, once they get rolling, they get some confidence. Tough to stop an excited offensive line. Oh, nice run. Here he goes. Oh, if he didn't step out of bounds, Coach.
I think he has enough for the first down, according to the referee.
Pitch around the left side to number
At the
39
49 of Korah.
Deering. He goes
Nick Deering with the carry.
forward and gets the first down at the Korah
straight
Colts
arm.
49-yard
Yeah.
line.
And it's a nice job. They veered away from the straight ahead off guard or off tackle run and took a sweep outside and
Number
mixing it up.
88,
And who knows, maybe
Diego Campagna forces him out of
in
bounds.
a couple downs we might see a pass in the air. But
I wouldn't be too surprised.
sure the Steelhawks are trying to mix things up and keep the Korah Colts guessing. So looks like a big front line on the defensive side for Korah, and stacking the box here.
Another run up the middle.
Nice
3.
big surge,
Yeah,
gain of
3
maybe
yards.
1 on the play.
Nick Deering
maybe
once
2.
again for 2 yards, makes it second down and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 on the 2-yard gain from Deering.
I'm not sure the viewers and listeners do know
Number
this, but with
42,
junior
Matthew
football,
Poole, and
4
number
downs, so
85,
the run game
JJ DeMichael
can
with
get
the tackle
exhausting
for the
for a
Colts.
defense. I know when you go up to senior football, it's 3 downs, and you don't see a lot of running unless that's all you have. But with this 4 down, you really get to mix it up with the run and with the pass play.
And you get an option for 3 running downs before you have to go to the air or elect to punt. So
Absolutely. Another run up the middle. They're really
Number
using them. They're going to wear
64,
them
Albert
out.
Perot. He goes straight ahead and gets about 4, makes it 3rd down and 3.
at the point of contact, I'd like to see
on the
Perot
Korah
tuck that
Colts
ball away.
42
Number
yard
64
line.
carrying well and gaining some positive yards. But
JJ DeMichael,
defense,
55,
if I'm
Joseph
defensive coach for the
Spina
Colts,
with
I'm
the
going
tackle
to
for
look
the
to
Colts.
strip that ball and have a defensive turnover. So just tuck it away once forward progress is limited. Brings up 3rd and 3 from the 42-yard line. Another
Another
sweep.
sweep outside. Great cut up the middle.
Nice job to mix it up. That's Travis Snoot
Number 18.
into the 30.
Pitch to number 18, Ben Travis Newt. He cuts
Ben
it
Travis
back and
Newt,
gets
another
9
weapon.
yards and a 1st down.
Long and lean.
89, Jackson
Great
Hiltz
gain.
with the tackle.
Moves
for
the
Colts.
sticks.
Really nice run.
Yeah, they spotted it at the 31. I thought it was closer to 30, but it'll bring up 1st and 10 from the Korah 31. So let's see if they stay along the ground, pick the middle, or another sweep.
Well, you notice here where Korah's trying to seal the ends, and that was well done by Korah, but great running by by Travis Newt to cut it back inside and gain that 1st down.
Oh, Barry
18,
Sanders
Ben
bouncing it
Travis
back
Newt, he goes
inside.
straight ahead for 3, makes it 2nd down and
They have a
7.
lot of weapons in the backfield. They're going to go between 3 and 4 running backs, which is fantastic for a coach.
They
Keep
sure
everybody
do.
fresh, yeah.
Yep. And of course, Chase Cherasolo, also always a threat, holding the ball and putting it
Number
away and
87,
running himself.
Aiden
So
Wantz with the tackle for
Will
the
Madaw, you'll see a little later. He's on the field now, but number 6 has been called in the past. And again, with Deering, Madaw, Cherasolo, lots of weapons, lots of attack potential.
Great counter run. Great place to start this offensive series for Superior. Well done, coaches.
Number 6, Will
I like the play
Madaw.
call.
He goes
Very
straight ahead
nice.
and gets a 1st down. 1st down and 10. Superior Heights.
Nostradamus
on the Korah
here.
Colts 19-yard
Mentioned
line.
number 6 and carried the ball.
Number
able to pick up another
75,
1st
Ken
down.
Goodship with the tackle.
Keep
Ken
rolling
Goodship
with that,
on the
Scotty.
defense.
Keep rolling because you'll be picking my lottery tickets tonight. I guess I figure I won the lottery just by sitting here with
Would you like to play the encore? Yeah. Be careful
what I
what you
asked
wish for. Anyway, ball's inside the 20 on the 19. Superior Heights marching. Oh, broken play.
Broken play.
Cherasolo has
He's
to
gotta
run, but
get
he
out of
might have a
bounds.
few yards. I'd get down and get out. Take the loss. Stay healthy. So lost about 3 on the
Number
play.
9, Chase Cherasolo.
Right from the word go. I think
ends up
his
keeping the ball and losing
backs
3
went
yards,
left, he
makes
went
it
right.
2nd down and
Some
13.
confusion there, but
Looked like he was waiting for a counter play to come back.
Number
here.
23, Hunter
I guess in that
Dickinson. Number
instance,
99.
The coach is probably going to
Riley
want to whisper in
Carter
his
with
ear,
the
just get
tackle
rid of the
for the
ball.
Colts.
Save yourself the yards, save yourself the big hit, get rid of the ball, reset, and get your 2nd down.
Deering bringing the play in from sidelines. 18, Travis Newt goes out, so they'll come up with something fancy on 2nd and 13. Hopefully marching and continuing this march towards the end zone. So we will see. Looks like another sweep.
Little
We're going to go
pitch to
right
the
this
right.
time. Deering on the carry. Nice pursuit by
Good
the Colts.
pursuit.
Good group tackling towards the sideline.
Yeah, Gazzetti shot
Pitch
in,
around the
fired
right
in
side
very
to number
nicely.
39, Nick
Close
Deering.
down that edge, and that's what he's
Short
going to do.
gain
And
on
you've
the
been
play,
noticing that
3rd
they're
and
running
15.
away from him, which is a good thing. I guess what I would do
Number 23,
um,
Hunter Dickinson.
in
Number
your
20,
playbook is,
Turner Dickinson.
you know, you
with the tackle
try
for the
running a
Colts.
bit there as he fires in. That's when you take out the pass and just loop it over his head because he's hungry. He's a great player, and you know he's shooting in almost every play.
Yeah. And he made the White Pines Wolverines miss last week and made some great tackles. And again, he'll be a factor in the game. So hands off inside to Deering, gets
39,
back a
Nick
few
Deering
yards.
around the left side.
The original line of
Gets
scrimmage.
About 2 will be 4th and 11.
4th and 11 from the 20. So
Number
the
85,
loss of 1 on the play.
JJ
but
DeMichael. with the
Doesn't take a
tackle.
lot, eh? One
JJ
negative play, and it sets you back, and it kind of rattles the coaches, and it affects your play call because I'll tell you, there's not a lot of plays in there for 4th and 10, 4th and 12.
No.
Believe me when I say that.
And you're kind of caught in no man's land. It's a difficult field goal from that distance in the junior loop. And if you put it up in the air, you could take a chance to make the end zone. But you're kind of stuck in no man's land here. But they roll out the pass. Nice ball.
Oh,
Looks
that's
like he has
beautiful.
enough,
To
at least
Deering,
for the 1st down. See if he can get into the end
to the
zone.
1 yard line. Great
Well done.
pass.
Alex,
Quarterback number 9,
Alex Blair.
Chase Cherisola finds number 39, Nick Deering.
Sorry, Nixon Blair, rather.
Sideline. He brings it down to the 2-yard line.
Nixon Blair and Nathan Hyam with the stop, but it's inside the 2-yard line with a first down and moving
number
the sticks.
2, Nixon Blair,
first and goal.
55,
Very nice to
Joseph
have a
Spina
running
with
back
the
that can get
tackle
out
for
to the flats and become a receiver at that point. There's nothing better than a running back with great hands. You have a lot of opportunity for play calling.
You know what? That was a nice call. Big push from the middle. Nice rollout.
64, Coach.
Oh, here we go. You called it, bobbled it, but he's able to march it in for the touchdown. Not far to go for Perot. He could have hit at contact and fallen forward. So,
well, that very nice drive on Superior Heights. That was a great ground attack, a lot of great plays, and it was successful, and they're benefited for it.
After that quarterback miscue at center there, I was wondering whether their offense would sputter, but they managed to get it back on the rails and continue the march. Nice job getting the clock down, eating up some clock, and that's key against a Korah team that's a high-powered offense like they are. Wooten with the extra point. Looks
nice,
good.
Successful try.
Number 10, Dylan.
So,
we're all tied up here.
Is up and good, and the score is tied at 7.
Hope we didn't make any plans today. We could probably cancel them. We're here at 7-7, 4:13 to go in the first quarter, and we got a heck of a ball game here. So glad you joined us. And stay tuned. We'll come up later with our sponsors and mention about our players of the game, which will be chosen at the end of this contest. And got a seesaw battle back and forth. Let's see what Korah has to answer with this, following the touchdown by Superior Heights.
And ladies and gentlemen, just keep your ears open throughout the game. We're going to announce the players of the games, the
sponsors,
and awards.
Absolutely.
So just keep your ears peeled and relax. Kick that ottoman out and sit back and enjoy Scotty McPherson on the call tonight.
Glad to be here. Okay, so 4:13 to go. We're going to expect a kick from the Superior Heights Steelhawks. Looks like Gazzetti is probably back to receive with the Colts. I can't see the other number there, but usually, man in motion. Looks like Melchior is bumping up to onside. Looks like they're expecting an onside kick here, so we got the hands people up in the front row. Gazzetti up on the front line. Melchior moves up into secondary position, and indeed looks like onside kick. And once again, a beautiful kick, goes 12 yards, but a little too far and legs it out of bounds. So that'll get stopped at the 52.
Bounces out of bounds.
Well, I will say this. I'll give you a little bit of insight on what I think about being a coach and on the sidelines is you just tied the game up 7-7. You've got prolific running attack from Korah. I'm not sure that was the smartest decision. And again, with no disrespect to the coaching crew of Superior, I would not want to give Gazzetti a short field any given day, especially when it's dry, sunny. This is beach play for him.
So the Korah Colts,
you just don't want to do something like that. But again, it went out of bounds, and Korah starts at the 52-yard line, and we'll see what happens here. They got to seal those outsides, or it's going to be a long day for this defense.
We've seen a lot of that onside kick throughout the junior division and even into the senior ranks too. Nice tackle by 66 there on the play. Keegan Staniforth
on the carry.
Tackles Melchior after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Second down and 8.
Second and 8 coming up. Again, Staniforth, a great tackle, penetrating through after a short game by Melchior and bringing him down for the tackle. So, again, a lot of onside kicks, and maybe that was in the plan for the Steelhawks. Unfortunately, a great kick, but just ran out of real estate left here. Hand off to Hyam. Nice execution. Barpio
Number 7, Nathan
to Hyam with the carry. Looks like another 2-3 yards on the play. It looks like it's going to be 3rd and 6. So it might be a passing down here. My fearless leader has disappeared, so you're stuck with me for a while. Grayson Monero on the tackle. Big fan group for him, cheering in the background. Again, a big thank you to all the parents and brothers and sisters and supporters, grandmas and grandpas, aunts and uncles who are watching both at home and here at the Steelhawks Stadium. Great night for ball. Nice pitch outside, kick back inside. Now trying to get the corner is Gazzetti again. One tackle left. Looks like he stepped on the line, but he's allowed to continue all the way down to the 31 or 27-yard line.
38 yards.
Gazzetti with another cut inside and bunt to the outside past the line of scrimmage, and another nice pickup of about 30 yards. So, again, that short field just became a lot shorter.
Number 4, Marcel Jones.
22 has lots to do with that.
Yeah, and again, as I
7,
mentioned, right, there's a 30-yard run, and it doesn't take a lot. You get 2 of those, and it's a touchdown. So I would have elected to kick it off, pin them deep in the 10, 20-yard line, have some confidence in your defense, and get a stop. I mean, essentially, once they get one stop, they're going to get going here.
Yeah. Marcel Jones, Cooper McCauley, Will Madaw on the tackle, but after a significant gain. So
there you go.
That looks like 29. Melchiori on the ball carry. Gains about 4 or 5 yards there. You see where they spot it.
Up and gets 5 yards, makes it second down and 5.
Second and 5 after a gain of 5. So, again, moving the ball around.
Carson Pettit with the
looks
tackle.
like Pro is down right now. Looks like he may have just gotten a stinger. Again, there's the perfect example. You've got a kid going both ways, and maybe he just needs a windbreak. That's all. Doesn't look like he's in too much distress, so we'll wait and see what the call is, and hopefully he'll hobble off on his own.
Sometimes it's just a helmet to a thigh or jam finger, and can't really tell what his ailment is here, but it looks like he's favoring his right leg. He'll limp this one off, and I'm sure tough kid, number 64, will be back in the game. Set out his standard 3 plays, and he'll be back to go. Anyway, with 2:17 in the first quarter, we are underway here at Steelhawks Stadium. We've got a 7-7 game with the Korah Colts marching. 2 possessions, 1 for each of the teams, and a touchdown resulting from each of those possessions. So we've got a good seesaw battle here. Varpio marching his club down the field and looking to score to break this deadlock here at 2:17 to go. So we got a split backfield. Gazzetti, the handoff inside.
Inside counter, well played out.
Had me fooled there. I thought they were going to Gazzetti. I end up with a trap to Melchiori. Well done.
Yeah, number 62,
Monero on the carry. He stopped for a short loss. It'll be third down and
Monero again with tackle. Very nice play.
Yeah, he's sniffing those out, and there's those counters there.
62.
It's a well-designed play, but now that they're picking up on the outside seal, there's only one other way to go, and it's their counter plays inside, and they run them both ways.
You know what? They'll continue to make it work along the outside, and then when it doesn't, they'll shove it back to the middle and look to get to the end zone that way.
Yeah, I think it was a false start on Korah.
There's the flags.
I was wondering
almost the whole quarter there. I was wondering if Laundry Day didn't get back to the referees.
It certainly didn't get done in my house this weekend, so maybe they're making up for it here.
Against the defense, a 5-yard penalty will make it third down.
All kidding aside, referees, thanks very much for coming out and doing a great job here and donating their time and expertise and doing a great job. 1:25, clock is rolling. Got a few more plays left in the first quarter.
3rd and 3.
Kind of beautiful night for ball. 3rd and 3 for Korah from the 18.
Face mask. Looks like a face mask.
Another flag. Gazzetti on the carry.
Gazzetti on the carry. He gets close to first down yardage. There is a flag down at the end of the play.
And there was some good pursuit there by the Steelhawks defenders. Took a few of them to bring him down, which is a credit to Gazzetti because not the biggest kid. Once he gets a corner, he can beat you with speed, but also runs tough inside the hashes. And when he gets brought down by 2 or 3 guys, sometimes face mask or it is a face masking penalty against the Superior Heights Steelhawks. 15 yards from the 15. So.
And see, with something like this, discipline, you really have to have discipline. They already have 2 kids at the point of impact, and there was no reason for a face mask there. I get it. You want to try and get the kid down, but we're player safety's number 1 in this league and in all the leagues around.
And I would hope to see
the
a ball.
Down to the
somebody going.
Line. Be first down and goal for the Korah Colts.
Well, that's a favorable spot because had they been inside the 15, it probably would have been half a distance to the goal, but they moved it 15 forward to the 1. So a nice, great opportunity here for the Korah Colts to pound it in from 1 yard out and do they go with Gazzetti, coach, or do we pound it up the?
Well,
up the
Gazzetti's
middle
going to have to be out 3 plays now because of the injury. So he's
was
off
there
the
an injury
field.
on the play? Oh,
Gazzetti was down.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
so he just got up on his own will. Hopefully, just a little stinger on his neck from that face mask. So he'll be out again for player safety. He'll be out for 3 plays.
all right. Well, I'm going to go with either Melchiori or Hunter Dickinson then.
I say you've got a
Coach
fullback
for
in.
a day.
You got a fullback in. It's going to be a dive up the middle, I'm sure.
From the one, absolutely. It might be a quarterback keeper, but no. Barpio leads to.
False start.
Who was that carrying the ball? Was that 46 or 48?
Looks like
Maybe
an illegal
Ethan Sorrell,
procedure
maybe?
on the Korah
I
Colts.
believe it was. Scott.
5-yard penalty, moves the ball back to the 6-yard line.
All right.
The first and goal from the 6.
So
You know-
backing it up, in from the 6.
Here's where they get a little bit too fancy sometimes, right? It's on the half-yard line. Give it to your Hogs and let them take it in. All this misdirection, I don't know if it's needed. It sometimes confuses the kids, right? They're junior football players, and I know they're coached well from the Korah coaches. But again, you had a half yard. Now you're down 6 yards to go. We'll see if they can get it in here.
No, you got a few yards. Didn't make it past the plane of the end zone,
Number
but
48,
48,
Ethan
Ethan Sorrell on the carry.
Brings it down to about the 3-yard line. It'll be second down and goal.
That was a nice hard run.
And maybe, yeah, nice hard run. Maybe because
67
Gazzetti was
Carson
out.
Pettit on the tackle
Sorrell, who's normally a
Superior
defensive
Heights
stalwart, gets called for action. And again, maybe he wasn't expecting. He was focusing on his defensive play, and a great run, but wasn't able to get into the end zone. So this will be the last play of the first quarter. Tied at 7s.
Second and 5.
Second and 5.
Sorry, second and 4, Scotty, for a first
Gotcha.
down.
For first down.
They
They're
still can
side
gain a
inside the
first down, yeah.
We'll see the pile up, see where it spots. No indication of a touchdown yet.
Superior's playing
Ethan
tough on the
Sorrell,
line.
once again, he stopped short of the touchdown. Be third and goal from
I'm
the
sure
1. when we
Coach Brandon
start
Lewis is
the
excited to
second
see
quarter.
his Hogs up there in a hurry at the point of contact right away. And it's tackled by committee with these kids.
66.
As a defensive lineman, I always love
Steelhawks.
those first and goal or fourth and goal, those plays, because you don't have to think. All you do is blast off the ball. You got to obviously stay onside, avoid the encroachment, but you just get to blast and fire and hopefully create some havoc back in the backfield. So Stanford doing that there, making the tackle. As we turn the table here, we go to the second quarter. Another great night for football. Again, don't forget to join us tomorrow. We have the senior final in the Sault Ste. Marie High School football loop with these Korah Colts facing off against St. Mary's Knights. We'll be bringing that to you live from the stadium, 7:30 p.m. Hoping for another good night. The forecast looks favorable. And, of course, both teams hoping for a nice, clear night, especially those St. Mary's Knights who have shown a great aerial attack last week in their defeat over the Superior Heights Steelhawks in the senior loop, but facing a tough opponent in Korah, it should be a great game. And it looked like Bryson Sloss in at quarterback, so replaced Varpio with Sloss, and 8 calls his own number.
8, Bryson Sloss.
Bryson Sloss able to take it in with the quarterback keeper.
Korah Colts touchdown.
Korah Colts up 13-7. Imagine Mr. Blair, Nixon Blair, number 2, will be out to try the extra point. And again, this might come down to an extra point or a rouge, or
Absolutely.
we always talk about that being a difference maker, and hopefully they can execute and put a point on the board to make it a 7-point score. 7-point lead, rather.
Good kick.
Beautiful.
Nixon Blair's
Yeah, no,
coverage
as you
is up and
mentioned,
good, and
tomorrow's
the
going to be a
Colts
really
extend their lead
really
to
good game.
14-7.
Looking for a lot of hard hitting, a lot of heart in that senior program for both from both teams. And again, touching on last week's game, St. Mary's and the Steelhawks. It was a win by committee on the ground, in the air. Defense played great. So we're looking to see a little bit of the same tomorrow, but they're going to be in for a tough task because Korah's got a nice run game. They're coached well, they execute, and it's going to be a fun game to watch.
And hats off to that Superior Heights Steelhawks senior team, a little undermanned last week with some injuries and some illness. Coach John Buold had them firing and doing all they could, and there's no quit in the team, but just lost to get to a better team that night. And again, good luck to both St. Mary's and Korah tomorrow in the senior final. Be sure to join us here on Saultsports.com. 11:53 to go here in the second quarter. Second quarter just underway. mentioned Nixon Blair kicking the extra point there, Coach. It looked like that one. He kicked it out of the end zone, so later in the game you might see a decision to make, whether in field goal range, whether they elect to go with Blair.
Absolutely, that may have been good for 25, 30 yards, so keep that under your hood, and you never know.
Absolutely. So, Korah looking to kick off. Did they do this? No, it was Korah that received when they...
that fancy little
kick.
kick.
The fancy kick. So they flipped the side, so I got a little confused here. I'm hoping maybe they want to try the onside kick too, try to retrieve the ball, but I'm expecting a deep kick. And we're wrong again. Number 2, And when it works, you look like a genius. So number 31, Cam Williamson, with the reception, the turnover on the
up by number 31, Cam
onside
Williamson.
kick.
He runs it down to the Superior Heights Steelhawks 21-yard line, where it'll be first down and 10.
Number 2, Murray Turgeon, made a nice attempt on the ball, but was met at the 10-yard line and blown up by number 31. Great play by Turgeon to try to retrieve the ball for her Superior Heights Steelhawks, but an equally exceptional play by number 31. Who was that on the Cam Williamson on the return?
Yeah,
ran it back down to the
Korah's
20.
known for their onside kicks, and so moving forward throughout this game, I'm sure they're going to try it again. So Steelhawks may want to get a bunch on each corner in the event of it again.
Yep. And Varpio back under center again, and they jumped offside. Looked like it was going to be a sweep to Gazzetti. So
the Korah Colts 5-yard penalty makes it first and 15 from the.
It might be a blessing for the Steelhawks. That was going for a sweep, and Gazzetti out to the corner. I don't see anybody getting out there and containing it. But again, back to the onside kick. Superior Heights elects to do it, pounds it out of bounds, and gives them a short field. Korah decides to try it, and although that wouldn't have been my play call, it works out in their favor. They look like genius.
And they look like, and it's the luck of the draw, because it's going to go 50-50. Actually, it's not even 50-50. You're 20%, working in your favor. So they obviously saw what they liked what they saw initially, and here goes a pass.
Murphy back to drop, getting pressure, gets scrambled out to the wing. Looks like he has some room. All he needs is a block. Defender coming up. Nice job tackling inside the 20 to the 17.
Number 12, Alex Varpio on the quarterback keeper.
Long way to go for 5 yards, but gets about 8 yards on the play.
Like 7 yards, makes it second down and 8.
Second and 8 coming up.
But something like that looks good. Even though it was a 7-yard play, he was down. It was a broken play, so he ran 12 to get 7, and man, did it look good. It looked like he was going to go.
And Varpio, not known for his wheels, but got out there and probably nervous with all these guys chasing him, so it was nice to get down and no touch, no hard hit, but no big lick. Lived to fight another day. So here comes that inside trap. And Gazzetti managed to break it outside. Got good pursuit on that one, good contain, flushing in, but
number 22,
linebackers didn't get up to the line of scrimmage to make the stop. He gets enough for
first down and goal.
Well, and that's where the chess game starts, because
number 6,
essentially, if you don't have that good of a run game on the opposing team, then your linebackers are up filling the gaps. But they also have to worry about the outside run, so their contain is a little worrisome, as well as the inside. So they're going to have to take some chances, I'm sure, tonight's game, because that's just the type of run game that Korah has.
Yeah, very dangerous. There's a sweep. Gazzetti looks back inside. That's a nice thing about Gazzetti being so fast. If he looks outside and sees it with the opening, he goes.
On the carry, he cuts it up.
Yeah,
tough enough to cut it back if he sees something through the seam. And a gain of many on the play. Looks like second and
number
goal
40,
from
Logan
2, maybe to 1. Deering on the tackle for the Hawks.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It must be a fun playbook to design for Gazzetti, because again, he's looking outside, cutting inside his fast feet, and it's just fun to watch.
Yeah, that's just it. So many options when you're a power back. Sometimes all you can do is straight ahead. When you're a speed back, sometimes all you do is look for the corner. He can do both. So looks like they're going to give it to the big man. And look like Sereo again.
It is.
Reaching across.
Indication
is
Ethan
the
Sereo
touchdown.
Powers his way into the end zone. And the Colts extend their lead to 20-7.
And a run like that adds insult to injury, because he just pounded the poor defensive lineman for the Steelhawks. Came up and make a nice stop, and he
absolutely
lowered the boom and was able to fall forward and roll into for Sereo's First touchdown
There's
of the
only so
game.
much you can do, Scott, with the ball on the 1 yard line, because in junior football there is that 1 yard grace that the defense have to be off the ball at least 1 yard. So you do have a yard grace, and if there's a decent push from the offensive line, then
Number 2,
again,
Nixon Blair
it's a simple
Stalvert is
run
up
the
and
middle.
good, and the score is now.
And
Korah
there's a
Colts
lot of
21,
teams that just don't
Steelhawks,
have that run up the middle, don't have a quarterback sneak, and I'm shocked when I see it because of that 1 yard when you're on the 1 or 2 yard line.
Yep, absolutely. And you think that would be something that you incorporate into your playbook, but again, if you don't have the athletes to make that happen, or better athletes in other positions, maybe you do the option, maybe you do the swing out, or have to come up with something a little more creative.
Well, like we saw last week with Mr. Jack McPherson on a jet sweep. I'll give a little plug out to Coach's son. He had a great game last week with St. Mary's, and hopefully we'll see a little bit more of that tomorrow and get his game going.
Yeah. Again, Coach Barlow is referring to the senior game, the championship final that goes on tomorrow night at 7:30 at this Steelhawks Stadium. 7:30 tomorrow, Friday night. If you got nothing to do, come and join us. We're here at Saultsports.com. If you're listening today, an update on the score: 21-7 after another efficient march by the Korah Colts after turning over the ball on an onside kick. Regaining the field at about the 45, marching it down into the end zone. 21-7 after a score by Ethan Sorreo. 9:32, to go left to go in the half. So. And I think, another onside kick. Flirting with disaster, but
yeah, they liked what they saw.
And again, the dynamic changes when you're up 14-7. Do you try the onside kick? At 21-7, do you try it again? They will go to the well and work the first time. This time it was a center onside kick.
I've never liked giving the opposing team a short field. I'm all one for trusting your defense, pin them deep, let your defense hold them, because good things come out. You get everybody into the game. With something like this, you just I get it. You're successful in the one try, but again, I would pin them deep, but they obviously saw something that they liked, so they may keep that up.
Lucas Cruikshank with the recovery or the reception on the onside kick. And the Steelhawks will take over 1st and 10 from their 44. So we'll need something to answer before the half. Let's see if it starts now. Nice pitch. Nice out to Travis Newt, getting some nice yards on the play.
Yeah, very nice.
Finally brought down near first down.
Ben Trevisan, who takes the pitch around the left side and gets.
And again with that onside kick, again, I like to pin the team deep and make the march the longest distance. Because even with an onside kick, there's so many intangibles. The ball has to travel 10 yards. You have to have your hands. You have to have your hands team up to receive the ball. If it goes out of bounds, you forfeit to the short field. So a lot of things can go wrong, and that's why the low probability. But when it works, boy, does it turn the tide and give the momentum to back to your team, right? Same play, another pitch. Travis Newt
with a great cut, beautiful run.
For Colts on the tackle, but takes that many to bring him down. Looks like another first down.
Another hard
easily.
run by number 18, Ben Trevisan.
18, Travis Newt with the carry.
They see something out there, and it's working so far, so I would just keep pounding it. It's one of those things where stop me if you can. Keep pounding the same play. There's been years that I've coached, and if your dive is running or is working, my apologies, just keep running it. Keep running it and keep running it. Get your offensive line in the game. Once they get going, it's tough to stop an offensive line when they're excited.
And it's nice watching these coaches make adjustments in the game. They might see somebody come in, somebody go out with an injury and a replacement going in and attack a weakness on one of the offensive or defenses. And
number 6,
there's a nice run up the middle. Madal with a great run up the middle.
About the 35-yard.
He's a hard runner.
2nd down and 2.
And he's a tall drink of water and pretty lanky and tough to bring down. Number 6, Will Madal, some nice carries. And again, I love on both of these offenses how they spread the ball around. And if you get tired of Travis Newt, you go to Perot.
Absolutely.
When he needs a blow, it's time for Madal.
Looks like number
and of course, we haven't even
75,
seen any of the play through the air. So some nice receivers that they have at their disposal too.
Again, Travis Newt again, yep, with a first down and a very nice hard run. He's really making.
Another nice run by number 18,
you see the adjustment that Korah has done is they are sealing the outside, but these running backs are taking it inside and making a beautiful cut and getting yards. And
as a coach, down and 10,
You want your kids
on
running
Colt
north-south. You don't
26.
want east-west. You want north-south running, hard running, tuck the ball, protect the ball, and get some yards.
East-west is the first game of the year. Once that's done, let's go north-south and gain some positive yards. And again, when do we see the aerial attack? Jarasolo look to hand inside.
Number 6.
That's
Madonna
Will
again.
Madonna. And again, they keep
Number
attacking
6,
that left
Will
side of the
Madonna. He
field. Maybe
powers
there's something
forward for
missing. That's
another Steelhawk first
Well, I can tell you
down,
that
first and goal.
Gazzetti's not on that side.
Steelhawks on the Colt 9.
And again, not only is he a great offensive threat, but on the defense, he's a smart cookie. There's not a lot that really gets by him. He's fast to the attack. He's fast to the ball. He's more of a ball hawk. And if I were the coaches too, I'd be keeping it away from him, which is smart.
yeah. And
But
you know-
again, they may get him lazy, right? They may put him to sleep out there, and then they're going to maybe throw a pass out there. And that's just a chess game that you're going to play.
And that's what you do when you're an offensive coordinator. You see Gazzetti flaring in there and making a lot of stops, making a lot of tackles, so you run away from him. Then you go back to him, and then he pinches too close, and one of your receivers may be open for a
18,
deep
Ben Travis
pass, as
Newt
Coach
around the
mentioned.
left side. He gets
Travis
a
Newt
couple.
again with the carry,
Second down and goal from
and that's about 4 or 5 carries on this
7-yard
drive where they've done the exact same play, ram it down your throat and hope for
22,
positive
Nathan
gains, and
Gazzetti,
it's been
23,
pretty effective
Hunter
so far.
Dickinson.
Yeah, that was a hard run of 3 yards, but again, with 4 down ball, 3 yards on a run, it works.
3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 12. You need 10.
Shout out to Larry Marsh for that, wasn't it?
Oh, that's calculus. My math is very finite, as my skills. And looks like he might go around the corner. Can he have enough to get in? Rumbles, stumbles to the 3.
That was a nice lead
Number
block. by the
39,
lineman.
Will Madaw around the right side. He
No,
gets down
Deering.
to
Like
about
Deering
the
had the
That
ball,
was
but
Deering, yeah.
ball.
looked like Madaw might have been leading with the block, but Deering with the carry.
Good for another 5 yards.
Number
Another 5?
39, Nick Deering on the carry.
No problem, Jimmy. Anyway, it brings up 3rd down, so
23, Hunter Dickinson.
I think the way they've been running the ball, they might just smash mouth again and come right downfield and try to
What do you
Is
think,
it
Coach?
third and goal, so
third
they
and
don't have a
goal.
chance to move the stick, so they'll have to score. And two down
No,
football.
they do. It's on the half-yard line, so
Okay. They're looking for a touchdown.
There it
now.
is.
And, big stop. No indication yet a touchdown.
Oh, it looked like he was across, but I believe this is 4 down territory.
I mean, if
Number
you got your
39,
glasses at
Nick
home, it
Deering
looks
is brought
like they're
down at the
close.
1 yard line. It'll be 4th and goal.
4th and goal. So we got a decision here, which is a no decision for me. I give the
42,
ball
Matthew Poulin with
right up the
tackle.
gut. And
Again, when we talked about this, that 1 yard grace, it's not. You don't need to be a rocket
Timeout
scientist
called by the
to
Superior
figure out
Heights
what
Steelhawks.
you should be doing. I'm sure you're going to see Korah stack the box, and they're going to come right at them.
Yeah.
Number 64, I'm sure you're going to see him.
And you're going to probably get a linebacker blitz here unless they put 5 on the line. Can you go 5 down lineman
Sure you
with
can.
the nose?
Yep.
Yeah, even in junior. So you'll see a big packed house in the middle, and maybe that's a chance for an option. But my money says straight ahead, make them stop.
Do you think we're going to see number 64 Perot to the show?
Is that William the Refrigerator Perry back in the old
Absolutely.
Monsters of the Midway? Number 72 for those Chicago Bears, pounding it down
Yeah,
the
you
middle.
just feed the beast is what you want to do, and this is the perfect opportunity for Perot. He's a hard runner. He needs a yard. So if I were calling this play, it'd be dive up the middle with 2 other backs behind him and push the load. You get it to the line, and you got 2 other backs behind him and just a convoy to the end zone. But again, I'm sitting up here in the cheap seats and not in the sidelines.
Cheap seats. Just because we didn't pay for them doesn't mean they're cheap seats. But $5 to get in today, you get your full value today, folks. This is a great ball game. Some great future superstars in the senior loop. Looks like a quarterback keeper. So we were wrong again. Charasolo calls his own number.
9, Chase Jarasolo goes
Runs
straight
right
on the
off the
quarterback
guard.
sneak for the
And if you're
Superior
lucky
Heights
enough
Steelhawks
to
touchdown.
be at the game for your $5, stick around. There's a touch football game at 8:30 under the lights. That $5 goes a long way in Sault Ste Marie.
Brought to you by Robaxaset. Some old legends from Rocky Petro Field days, still plying their trade.
Kick is up and good.
And looks like Wooten with the kick. And
Number
after
10,
the score,
Dylan Wooten's convert is up and good. The
converted
score is
for a
now the Korah
21-14
Colts 21,
lead
Superior
by the
Heights
Colts.
Steelhawks
They've cut the deficit. What a great finals
Nice-
this is.
Nice answer.
Again, the only thing that I see that I would have done any different was that onside kick because both teams are playing well. So keep it deep. And that onside kick again, they gave him a half a field, and with the name Gazzetti in the backfield. Not something that I would want to do time after time. So let's see what they do. I would opt to kick it deep and let them fight for it every yard. Let them fight every yard.
But again, we've been wrong before, so let's see what they have, and maybe they go to the well again, or maybe they've learned their lesson and want to pound that deep. And again, like you said, Gazzetti can make a long field short in no time.
Absolutely.
So if he starts with a short field, it could be quick medicine. So let's see what we have with 5:35 to go. Again, a great game here. We got the Colts leading the Steelhawks 21-14. It says third quarter on the scoreboard, but that's obviously an error. We're in the second quarter, still the first half. We're going to take a break at the halftime, but we'll be back for the conclusion of this game. We'll bring you some sponsors coming up after this kick. So 5:35 to go. And
they do elect for it again.
And good hands. The Gunners missed their
Gazzetti.
assignment. Gazzetti pulls it. Looks no flags on the play. It was the tee I was staring at.
The short kickoff is fielded by number 22.
So again,
Nathan
conventional
Gazzetti.
wisdom was pound them deep, but they kicked directly to
the
Gazzetti.
52-yard line of the Steelhawks.
Lucky for them, they only had a 2-yard return on that one. They'll take over inside Steelhawks territory at the 52.
Well, they've got 5 minutes and 32
Number
seconds, so
28,
let's
Jacob Nelson, number 87,
let's look for a
Carter
good run
Nebel
attack here,
with the
and
tackle
hopefully
for the Steelhawks.
Superior is up for the task.
And if Superior is able to stop these guys, they've done their job. I think going down 21-14 at halftime would be feather in their cap. Hyam running outside, picks up 11, to about the 40.
Number 7,
That'll move the
Nathan
sticks.
Hyam speeds his way around the left
And again,
side,
we
gets down
mentioned
to
all the
Steelhawk 40 and up for a
backs
first
in
down.
the
He's
Colts
forced out of bounds
stable,
by number 28,
and we
Jacob
didn't
Nelson.
mention Sloss, or Hyam rather. So again, adding to all the weapons that the Colts have. Nathan Hyam, another run for 11. Some great skill there. Get to the outside and make their first down.
Now, Coach, we knew a Hyam in high school. Is that Hughes' son?
I don't know. I know that a lot of
Yes.
yes, it is indicated by Mr. Houselander. So that's Hugh Hyman's boy, and of course a lot of these our contemporaries back then have kids this age. And do we need to talk again about Melchiori running to the house? So looked like a play that wasn't gaining more than 3-4 yards, broke a few tackles, and managed to scamper distance.
It was just
From
an
about
honest,
from
honest
about the
counter.
40. Yeah.
Nice little counter, nice blocking, but really nice heads-up run, a nice cutback, and against the flow of defense, and off to the races.
Yeah, and once he got to about the 25, free and clear, and able to distance himself into the end zone, not much celebration there. I would expect a little more from a Melchior.
Well, if it was Sweet Lou back there, I'm sure you'd see a little, maybe a calf flex or something like that.
Shout out to Louie out there, enjoying the game.
Again, a nice
Watching
kick,
his boy.
a nice leg on this.
Obviously
Number
proud
2,
papa.
Nixon Blair is covered, is up and good, and the score is now the Korah Colts 20.
And again,
the Superior Heights
we
Steelhawks
mentioned Nixon Blair probably being good from 25, 30 yards in a field goal, and I think he heard us because he got upset and banged on maybe 35, 40 there. Giving Mr. Corelli in the end zone a workout back there, retrieving those balls. And again, in quick fashion, 28-14 becomes the score, doubling their lead to 14. 4:57 to play. Korah is going to have to answer and bring this game. Superior is going to have to answer and bring this game back to within 7. I think if they're down by 7 at the half, they'd be more than happy with that result.
Absolutely.
At halftime. Obviously, Korah being the favorite, they're going to have to keep it or get it back to a reasonable amount before recess. Or
Yeah, and Superior looks like they're up for the task. There's no question about it. What they have to really stop is those big plays.
Yeah.
There's been 3 big plays. It was that Melchiori one, obviously the first play of the game from Gazzetti. There's 14 points. So you negate even one of those, and we're back to a 7-point game. But again, it's defense by committee, not one guy at the contact of ball. You need everybody, and you got to keep eyes on the ball, eyes in the sky, and do your job. It takes 12 kids to do the job. So hopefully they'll make an adjustment at halftime. We're hoping for some points from Superior, make it a little closer game, but we'll see.
Excellent. Now Korah's set to kick off. I'm not going to predict anymore, but nice kick down to the 25. Deering receives, surrounded by yellow jerseys, and brought down about the 35-yard line. So
Number 39.
the
Nick
Steelhawks will take
Deering
over
on
at the
kickoff
35.
Brings out to the 35-yard line where it'll be first and
75
10.
yards to trim the lead to 28-21.
31,
But
Cam
it
Williamson,
starts at the
34,
35.
AJ
Cam
Cutchamilio
Williamson,
with the tackle.
AJ Kochmiller with the tackles for the Colts. So, a little urgency here.
I would think, yeah. They could probably stick to their play calling for the first couple of minutes while they're getting down into red zone territory. But you're right. You'd like to see some points on the board before halftime, get some momentum going in, sit them down. A few adjustments. There's not a lot of adjustments that really need to be made. Other than that, contain. And again, there's the 2 long runs and the onside kicks. So you take away 1 or 2 of those, and you don't know what's going to happen.
Well, it's a game of inches, and Steelhawks will have to make up a bunch of them here. We've got Pro in the backfield, a full house backfield. They got all kinds of backs, maybe moving in motion. Sweep. Brooks to Deering, got a nice block. Great carry.
Beautiful run. Yeah, really nice run.
Absolutely.
Good hard run by number 39.
You see what they're doing? They're pulling one of their runners out to kick out Gazzetti because Gazzetti's there for the seal. So they've made a correction on that, which is
number 23,
allowing some nice inside running.
Yeah. And Tabor Young and Albert Pro on the lead for the block on that sweep. They contain that block or hold that block a little more in the second phase. Maybe number 39, Deering was able to make a few more yards and make it a little more of a big break run. So let's see what they do again. Moving the sticks, first and 10 from the 47. There's that sweep again to the left side. Deering again,
with the
Perot leading, and again Perot. Deering looking for Pro to make a block.
I think what happens
breaks
on
away
that is, we always stress to the kids in practice, don't window shop.
Yeah.
If you're a lead block, don't window shop. Go out there and steal what you can. Hit guys as you go, first man up, first color you see. You start window shopping, you're waiting for the runner, and I think he was just caught doing that. I get it. A lot of young kids want to make sure their running back's behind them, but I think with this pursuit, just get out there, make a block, let the running back make his decision.
They would never let me carry the ball, so I was always that guy that had the lead block. So always the rule was pick one guy. Pick one guy, get on him, and push.
I guess when you're talking about window shopping and stealing, your name comes up a lot.
True story.
Number 6, Will Madaw.
Nice defensive stand right there. It was an inside counter.
3rd and 9.
Stopped right at the line.
Will Madaw with the carry, but denied on the gain.
With the tackle.
So is this 4-down territory, you think?
Well,
at this point, what do you think? I don't know at this point.
Again, they can score. They can score in bunches and score quickly. So I don't know. 3 minutes, you maybe try for it, and we'll find out soon if unless Deering can get outside and make the first down.
And he's out, and he
does.
It.
So he's across the 50 into Colts territory. So
nice run by number 39.
Now we don't have to guess.
You continue that.
First down and 10 Steelhawks.
If I were calling it, I'd go back to that. I'd go back to the well every time until they do stop it. They stop it, then you come in with your counters. Go with what's working.
Absolutely, execution. You know what? You can, even if the defensive side knows the play that you're running, they still have to execute. They have to come up play.
Absolutely.
And if you drive over and over repeatedly in the same play, you're beating down the same guys. You're making them tired. You're taking the wind out of their sails. And here's a big Pro. He's looking to get through.
Nice hard
run. He can carry some big boys.
Very well done.
2 or 3 on the tackle as you need to bring down 64.
Hard run number 64, Albert
nice hard run, moving it to.
Down.
Looks like he's.
Are they waving it?
I think he should.
Close to first down yardage.
The yard marker indicates no. But
number 37, Curtis Price.
Look to the spot.
2,
I believe
Blair
was a man down.
I believe they're moving.
Carter Girardi is down with a stinger. Doesn't look too bad.
Maybe
just winded at this point in the game.
That's all right. That'll allow the Colts or the Steelhawks to regroup here and get a play and call the personnel they want. Doing a nice job marching the ball. Got stymied a few times, but able to bounce back with a few large runoffs, and we'll get a replacement in here for Girardi. And
he's walking off in his own will. Sorry.
No problem. Brings up a first and 10 from the 37. Lots of time, 2:26, no need to panic. Although once the referee blows the whistle, clock will begin, or maybe not on an injury timeout. So 1st and 10 from the the 37. Handoff inside.
Inside counter.
That looks like Will Madaw, number 6 on the carry. Gains a few after a quick impact by the line of scrimmage.
On the carry, he gets 3, makes it 2nd down and 7.
2nd and 7 with 2:21 to go in the half. At this time, we'd like to acknowledge some of our sponsors. Domino's of Sault Ste Marie and Team Essentials have teamed up with Saultsports.com to honor the top player of the game. We will announce this later in the game. Some of our sponsors tonight: the Elite 8 Basketball Academy, the Huron Superior Catholic District School Board, and the Algoma District School Board. KISS 100.5, Country 104.3, and Freeze Frame Photos. Bob Davies manning the sidelines for us, taking some great pictures. Pro on the carry there.
64, Albert.
Short gain.
Carry, he gets a couple, it'll be 3rd and 5.
And of course, GFL Memorial Gardens joining us as sponsors this year. So be
85,
sure to
Michael on the tackle.
Visit our sponsors and mention that you heard of them here. Inside the 2-minute mark, lights are coming on. Thursday night lights underway. So big package moving left. Perot out with the block. Deering again, looking for a block. Didn't come. 3 yellows.
Number 39.
Stepping up to make the stop on Deering.
4th and 3. Number 2, Nixon Blair.
Again, Nixon Blair on a tackle for the defensive side. Blair having himself a big game. Not a big player, but contributing with the kicking game and then coming up and making big stops on 3rd and
timeout called by the Superior Heights Steelhawks.
And Hawks take their first timeout. Minute 48 to go. Brings up, looks like 4th and 5, Coach. 4th and 4.
4th and 4, a long 4.
But I don't think there's much option here. You punt it, you put it back in the hands of those speedy receivers back there. Give them a chance to run it back.
Yeah,
if you don't.
No, go ahead.
No.
I say what
Your
you
call.
do. Well, I'm just thinking what's been working the best. Their plays is 39 pitch outright and let them run. You've got. I just say send 2 blockers out, get the job done, get your 4 yards, and just keep moving the chains.
Yeah, with a minute 48, you don't need to make it to the house right now. You can just chip away, get those sticks moving, reset the downs, get 4 more chances to fight again and inch away at it. If they score on a big run right here anyway, you leave the Korah offense with a minute 40 or in change, and that's plenty of time for that offense to roll them down the field. So my money is pound the rock, get it moving forward, reset the downs, and then 4 good hard plays at least to reset the downs or make it into the end zone. So we'll see what the Superior Steelhawks have called. Who's the offensive coordinator with the Coach McLeod? He's working with seniors.
Yeah, McLeod's working the seniors.
All right, so we got first,
there we go. That's
4th
a big
and
down.
4th and 4. See what Steelhawks have in store. Looking to pass. They got the screen pass. Had a man wide open, but Deering was unable to pull it down. Got one hand on the ball.
The pass falls incomplete, and the Korah Colts will take over on downs.
So a turnover on downs. First time going to the air this game, but
you see too often. Me being an offensive coordinator, you've got all these plays, and sometimes you think you have to use them all. But I'll tell you, go to the well. What's been working, and their outside runs have gotten them 14 points. They've marched down the field 2 or 3 times. Great possessions, and I get it. They have a nice passing game as well, and they needed the 4 yards, so they figured that the pass was going to do it, and it didn't. It was defended well, but again, I would have just gone back to the well, outside run with one of the Deering kids or Madal, and again, pound the rock.
And that's a chess game that these coaches play. They were thinking 4th and 4, they're going to stack the house, they're going to bring a blitz, so maybe roll out and do an easy pass. And again, if it works, you look like a genius. And back to Korah Colts offense here now. Looks like Gazzetti again. He takes to the corner.
Number 22,
forced out of bounds about the 47-yard.
Right side.
I think at this point I would have a spy on Gazzetti for the remaining of this.
45.
Yeah. Of this quarter, just get out of this quarter, get to half, make some adjustments, and come out swinging.
Number 32, Max Clement.
Max Clement on the force out brings up 1st and 10 from the 43 yards. So, again, maybe free up a guy that doesn't look like they're going to attempt any passes. Spire. Here's Melchiori. Going to get away from Gazzetti, go back to Melchiori, and he pounds up forward for 3 yards.
Peyton Melchiori on the carry. He's close to first down yardage.
So just when you think you got Gazzetti in your sights, they give the ball to 29, and he's able to put it in. Put it down for a gain of 9.
Well, and he's not a big kid, but I'll tell you, he's shifty. He follows his block. He's a patient runner, and that's key to any running back. Your lead blocks are there for a reason. That's why they're drawn up in practice. So, again, follow the hogs. Let them take you.
Absolutely. 1st and 10. Nice play. Trap inside. Nice play action move. Who's the carry on that one? Was that Gazzetti?
I think it was Gazzetti.
Okay, we'll hear from the call from Jimmy Monaco.
Number 22, Nathan Gazzetti on the carry. He goes straight ahead for 6 yards, makes it 2nd down and 4.
And again, they're happy to run the clock out to 6 yards here. Wait for the big play. And hopefully Steelhawks are able to defense it.
Number 6, Will Madaw with the Superior Heights Steelhawks.
Limp a deficit of 14 points for the Steelhawks into the halftime.
Now, Scotty, we haven't seen a pass yet from Korah, have we?
No, I don't believe we have, no. And
there's a botched play.
Yeah, looked to be a handoff. End up back in the quarterback's hands.
In 62.
Number 12, Varpio on the carry.
Number 12, Alex Varpio on the quarterback keeper. He gets down.
You almost sees his eyes. He sees the quarterback out there running the ball, and it's a free shot at the quarterback where there's no flags flying.
Tackle was who?
I think it was Monero.
Monero. He's having a good game. He's had his name called a few times. So
number 62.
62 on the play. So here we go, a little 3rd and 1. All they need is 1. They go on the sweep.
And they had him in the backfield.
Had him in the backfield. Going to gain the 1st down inside the 45-yard line to about the 43. Bring up 1st and 10. And again, 44 seconds. So if Korah's intention is to put one more on the board, they're going to have to make this quick.
Number 23, Hunter Dickinson on the carry. He gets
1 yard per
down.
second that they need to convert here. So clock is running inside the 40-second mark. 2nd quarter coming to an end here. We've got a great game. Looked like an offside on Korah.
Yeah, number 4, I believe.
Flags down, some movement before the snap.
That was
Murdoch.
Zane Murdoch looks like on the move. Maybe number 11 too. Strawbridge getting excited. That might have been a pass.
You may be right.
Receivers jumping. That usually indicates that they're excited to get the ball.
Down and 15 for the Colts.
Can't count to 3.
49.
No, it looks like they'll probably get 2 plays off here.
Yeah. Well, they know to get out of bounds and stop the clock, but. All right. Referee will blow it in. Oh, looks like encroachment. So on a penalty, do they stop the clock and not start it till the snap of the ball?
That's right, yeah.
Okay. Learning as we go, Coach. Thank you. So that looks like an encroachment on the defensive side. So Korah will march forward now. So
we'll just give back
give
what
one,
they took.
take it,
Right.
yeah. And again, reminder, tomorrow night, the senior final between the St. Mary's Knights and these Korah Colts goes off at 7:30. Hope you can join us. We're expecting a big final here, but big final, 33 seconds here as Korah tries to march it.
And he's out.
And he is free, wide open is Strawbridge. And could go all the way.
That's a great pass.
Beautiful ball thrown up, defended well into double coverage with Middaw on the coverage. 28, Jacob Nelson with a play on the ball. Marquis Strawbridge is able to distance himself. A couple of shoestring tackles, but beautiful ball thrown up by Alex Varpio. Put it on a pillow, left it for Strawbridge. And,
it was a beautiful play. It was nice to see from up here, absolutely.
And looks like Blair will attempt the 5th extra point.
Doesn't look like the clock
looking to go perfect.
Was
it? We'll have to adjust that on the field, but Blair with a shorty one indicated good.
Blair's convert is up and good.
By your head referee.
35-14.
35-14 is the lead. So.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but if the clock started, it was Strawbridge. He may be one of the fastest men alive. because it was a 40-yard run, and it only got off 4 seconds. So he's NFL Combine at this point.
Strawbridge DeGrasse.
Did somebody say strawberry from first to second base?
Some heavy wheels. If he can cover that distance in 2.6 seconds, I'll be his agent. Again, I think a little mix-up on the clock. We'll see if the umpires notice it. That play started with 33.4 seconds, and now 30.4 on the clock as Steelhawks will get one last-ditch effort to make up some points here. Down 3 scores, 35-14. Don't go anywhere. We have 30 minutes. Big thank you to Coach Parlow here, who's joining me in the booth. I'm Scotty Mack here with Saultsports.com. Be sure to stick around later for our Domino's Player of the Game. It's also sponsored by Team Essentials. So I think Korah is going to be happy just to pound it deep. And again, should we speculate? Let's not speculate.
They're known to pound it down your throat. So if I were a betting man, and I've been known to be, I'm thinking an onside again. Why not steal another 6 points?
And they drive it deep. Squib kick takes a nice bounce. Was it touched by the receiving team?
A nice Korah bounce.
If so, to live and take a knee at the 8-yard line. So Superior Heights shooting themselves in the foot a little slow to receive that ball and get the big return that they needed. But do we put it in the air now, Coach, with 27 seconds, or do you chance a pick six?
Yeah, I think you run it maybe a few times, get them on their heels, and then throw. They've got a nice passing game. Well, they went to the pass on fourth down. So obviously they show us the confidence in the passing game. So maybe they'll have to air this one out for a long gain. See if somebody can run under it and take it a long way to pay dirt. Try to close this gap a little bit. Yeah, and again, I would keep it away from Gazzetti's side. He's a ball hog, so he sees that ball, he's on it. So if it's going his side, I'm going to think it's going to be in the air.
So 27.9 seconds, 35-14. Korah leads the Steelhawks. Steelhawks last series of the first half. And a quick gain. Off tackle run. I didn't see the ball carrier, but
number 64, Albert
64 Pro on the carry.
Number 75, Ken Goodship on
75, Ken Goodship making the tackle for the Colts. So
looks like it's going to be 2nd down and 10.
Bringing 2nd down 10 on the 0 gain
from
back to the line of scrimmage. Clock is running. That was probably the first time that Perot has been stopped for no gain on the play. Yep. Usually pretty consistent. And at 14.5, looks like somebody's calling by the Korah Colts, which is peculiar, unless they didn't have enough players on the field or wants to readdress their personnel issue.
No, that's possible.
Maybe they want to, or are fearing a pass, so maybe they put a few more DBs in coverage, or maybe they drop to a cover 2, or
maybe they're anticipating a pick 6 and they want one more play to jam it down their throat again. You never know.
Korah Colts not one to let off the gas. So in the championship game, you'll see them pull out all the stops here, and Steelhawks hoping to answer with their own offense here. So go ahead.
Nope. I was just going to say the wind's picked up a little bit, so really not in the favor of Superior going south. So I don't know if that's why they're electing not to put it in the air, but we'll see. There's going to be probably 1, maybe 2 plays left.
I think 14.5, if they're up on the ball and get it snapped early enough, if they wait, they roll actually after a timeout, it won't stop till the clock won't start until the snap of the ball. But they should be able to get at least 2 plays in here. So we'll see what Steelhawks have in store. Thanks for joining us here on Saultsports.com. Be sure to join us after our halftime break. We'll be back for the second half. A great game here at Steelhawks Stadium. 35-14 is the lead. Korah Colts over the Superior Heights Steelhawks. Are they taking a knee? Was that a knee that they took there, Coach?
I don't
they're waiting for the coaches to get off the field. So they haven't blown the clock in. Now they have. And the clock rolls.
Superior Heights on the clock.
Looks like they're happy to take a knee and go into this halftime down 3 scores. Again, a little confusing there, but again, a conservative approach by the Steelhawks.
So 1 more knee and it'll be halftime.
And so
That's a different approach.
Interesting call, but maybe they're going to save their best for the second half, and we'll see where the second half leads. Again, at the half, 35-14, Korah ahead of the Steelhawks. Please join us in another 10 minutes, and we will get back to the action here in our junior final between the Korah Colts and the Steelhawks from Superior Heights. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Saultsports.com's coverage of the Junior Championship Final. We've got the Korah Colts kicking off to the Steelhawks, 35-14. Thanks for joining us on a beautiful night, Thursday at Steelhawks Stadium. Again, Colts kicking off. We're ready for the boot. And Coach Barlow's here to join me for the second half. So glad you joined us. Welcome back, Coach.
Thanks, Scotty. 35-14. Korah, let's see if Superior can make a game of this.
Big hole to climb out of, but it starts here with the first
slow and
series.
steady.
Yeah, first series, no rush, no panic button to hit just yet. Nice deep kick. We'll be back 18 to return the ball. Travis Sanut, nice return out to the 40. So they'll take over in their zone at the 40. So
I think what has to happen here is a defensive stop for Superior once they give up the ball. Korah hasn't been stopped yet. There's been no punts. There've been touchdowns every possession. And I think that's deflating as not only as a coach but as a junior squad.
Yeah, it's a tough offense to start, and I'm sure at the half, or to stop rather, but I'm sure at the half they address those concerns and try to get that contained, forcing inside, and gets a lot of group gang tackling and a lot of helmets on bodies, and maybe even a defensive turnover to turn the tide here. Oh, Travis Newton, nice pickup, had to swing around backwards to retrieve that ball. Looks like a gain of about 5 on the play.
Number 18,
probably
Ben
bring up
Travis
a second and
He goes
5.
around on the left side and gets 5 yards. It'll be second down and 5.
Pretty quick feet and some nimble hands to get that one pass a little behind him. He was able
number
to
8,
adjust.
Bryson Sloss, number 75, Ken
Sloss
on the tackle for the Colts.
Good chip on the tackle. So Colts doing a nice job pursuing there, but a gain of 5. It's a good way for the Steelhawks to get out of the gates here.
Be nice to see a little mix of pass and run. That's what we've grown to see over the past few games with Superior.
Perot with a nice block. Beautiful.
Nice first down.
First down out. Travis Newt with the carry.
Travis Newt again with another nice hard run. He gets 7.
And that's the block that I'm looking forward to for Perot. Not waiting for something to develop, but to go out for put the hat on the first yellow jersey he sees, pushes him backwards, allows Travis Newt to gain the first down. So
yeah, you just let your running back pick the holes. You make them, and he picks them.
So it brings up a first down. We got the ball just about midfield at the 53. 35-14. Again, Steelhawks looking for a quick score here. Trim the deficit a little bit. Charasolo hands off inside. Nice run forward.
Run.
Beautiful job by Madaw.
Inside run by number 6, Will Madaw.
6 yards.
Caught by number 26, Charlie McMaster.
He's a nice hard
number
runner. You know what? I think
Cohen
you touched on it earlier in the first half.
For the Colts.
If he lowers his head, protects the ball, he's going to get, I'm going to say, another 2 or 3 yards per carry because he's a strong runner. But on contact, he stands up.
Yep. And McMaster not in on the tackle, but 36 Cohen Machelenko, but nice pursuit. Nice pound by Perot again.
Oh, nice hard run. Almost
back
a first
to get
down.
out to the first down. That was second and 5 there. Ben Travis Newt again benefiting from 64, who's doing a nice job putting the body to the Colt defenders. And
number 85, JJ
brings up a 3rd and 1.
8, Bryson Sloss on the tackle.
Bryson Sloss with the stop for the Colts.
See, and I'm old school here. Nothing fancy. Right up the middle, get the first down, reset, do it again.
And Korah with only a 3-man front, it looks like, so lots of room in the gut there. So again, now goes to Pro, and he's able to pick up the first down. Gain of 4 on the play. Again, nicely executed.
Number 64, Albert Perot.
And this is how they started the first half. They were wearing out the defensive line of the Korah Colts, and notice it showed in the first half. And they had 2 nice
number 85,
successful
JJ DeMichael, number
series,
48,
but they came away from that. They went away from that
on the tackle for the Colts.
Let's see if they can get this back and maybe pound this in the end zone.
DeMichael and Soreo on the last tackle, and again, as you mentioned, the Colts defensive line getting up slowly after these tackles. So it's taking its toll, and Steelhawks trying to wear him down. Nice play out to Travis Newt. He cuts it back inside, runs away from his block with Perot, and gains about 8 on the play. So beautiful cut
another nice hard
by
run.
Travis Newt.
7, makes it second down.
Scotty,
3.
as I said, go to the well. Just keep going. They're getting 8 yards a carry.
75,
so why go to any other play? I would just keep feeding the beast, letting your offensive line take you all the way in.
Yeah, exactly. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Spina and Goodship on the tackle on the last Korah series or Korah defense. 2nd and 2. So see if they march straight ahead. Or looks like a full backfield there. Travis Newton motion. Oh, defense resets after a quick jump. Ball's given to Perot, rumbling forward.
Down. I'll tell you, shoestring tackle there.
Albert
if it wasn't,
Perot,
he may have gotten another 20 yards.
1st and 10.
Ball placed at the 29.
89, Jackson Hiltz with the tackle.
Jackson Hiltz with the defensive stop for the Colts. And again, a nice march, very effective. 3-4 yards of play.
It's a good way to get your momentum going. A good run hard. Nose up. Pound it to the ground and let's rock and roll.
This game is by no stretch over, and Travis Newt gets the feed again. Stopped in the backfield, but bounces off. Looks like he's still running.
What a beautiful run.
And he might take it inside the 10.
Run. Way to be. That's a well done.
Great
and
run
that's all him. He was stopped in the backfield. That was all him.
Tackles and
again, ran away from his blocking there. I think he had to make a couple adjustments back to the inside.
10, I believe.
A great run, making a case for a few votes for the player of the game. So that'll be announced at the end of the game. Our sponsors, Domino's, Sault Ste Marie, and Team Essentials, obviously providing the swag and the prizes for the players of the game. Again, announced towards the end of the game. That's Mida on the carry. Ball hit the ground. 64. Perot looking to retrieve it, but maybe.
I think he was down. I want to say his knee was down. From up here anyway. I can't really see too close down there. But
still no indication from the referee, so we'll wait for either the recovery or whether the ball was ruled down.
Gets back to the line of
and I think by the scrum, I think they're going to deem that, or probably discussing whether the ball had touched or the knee had touched the ground and the player was being blown dead. But still no indication.
Offensive Superior still on the field, so that indicates still Superior ball.
There's an indication to the Korah sideline with the call, but I can't make out.
Looks like it's going to be second down and 10 for the Steelhawks.
So they're saying 2nd and 10 from the Steelhawks. So for the Steelhawks.
Well, the ball's marked inside the hash, actually to center of the field. So options both ways.
So 7:39 to go. Superior Heights marching. Ball's inside to Travis Newt again. Nice hard run, 6 yards.
He's really
bringing it to the 4
nicely, isn't he?
Yep. And
so Ben, Travis Newt on the carry.
The Colts have done a nice job shutting in those lanes and closing it in, but somehow.
So it was no down, so it's going to be 2nd down and 5.
On the last play, the whistle hadn't been blown in. That was the reason for the confusion.
Number 71.
There was a no play on
Smith
it, so that's why it was still 1st and 10. Gain of 6 on the play, 2nd and 4, and it looks like they are in to score for 1st and goal, or 2nd and goal rather, from the 4. A little bit of motion now. 63 on a block. Oh, stuffed out nicely by
64, Albert Perot on the carry. Short gain will be 3rd and 3.
55, Jojo Spina with the tackle, and 75, Kenny Goodship with the stop for Korah. All right, that brings up a third down, and I think from this vantage point, you're probably looking at 2 downs, try and get it in. You're down 3 scores. You're not going to settle for a field goal.
No, that's right. Not at this time in the game.
But I'm up for surprises today.
No, and like I said earlier, is go to the well. They're trying to get a little bit too fancy with counters and traps. They've seen the ball moving down the field with sweeps, and that was a nice hard run there by Perot. But you don't want to chance
Albert
that deep in Korah zone. You want to come away with some points, and 6 points is what it is.
And like we said before, you can show them your hand, and you still have to execute. Korah unable to stop that. Perot for the downs before was lined up in the fullback position to block. In that spot, he was in the tailback and said, "Just stop me," and Korah unable to do that. So we'll hopefully see Wooten, I believe, attempting the extra point to keep it or return it to a 14-point lead for the Colts. Snap is good. Oh, they're going to run out, scramble it. Looks like a design play. Middaugh is going to score. In on the 2.
Looked like a design play. It didn't look like a botch snap. So,
nope.
Wow.
The knee wasn't down. He took the snap, a beautiful snap. Elected to run. Will Middaugh scampers in for the 2-pointer, which may come in handy later. And again, that's one of those plays where if it doesn't work, you're down 15. But now, as it stands, they're down 13.
Again, you don't see that often, and it's not a 50-50 play. That's a 20% play. But good, you know what? Good on Superior. That's a gutsy call, and that may come down to help them out deep in this game.
Obviously, they believe in what they're doing, so good play call.
Yeah,
and
when it works, it's always a good play call, Coach. No, so I think what we need here is sorry, not we, but what Superior needs is a tough show at defense. If they can shut them down, get some momentum. But again, Korah's running the ball really well and tough to shut down this prolific offense. So we'll see if they're up for the task.
And if I'm the Superior Heights defensive squad, I'm talking to them about maybe pulling, getting hats on a ball, hands on a ball, stripping it out, popping a ball, gang tackling. Once the forward progress stopped, is just trying to strip a ball and maybe come up with something exciting. Down 2 scores, but the way that Korah has been scoring at will, we need something from our defense. Coach, what do you see?
Well, I'd go deep here. There's no coverage back there. I'd go deep.
All right, so let's see what happens. We got an onside kick. Looks like it's traveling 10 yards, and it didn't travel 10 yards. Caught it in the air about 9. That looks like it'll come back. He landed it at the 55, but I believe it was caught in the air. Could be wrong, but it looks like it's going to come back because of
it was caught at the 9-yard line, I believe. He landed on the 10, but I think it's where it was touched.
Yeah. And again, for those of you listening to the feed, on an onside kick, the ball must travel 10 yards before the kicking team can retrieve the ball and call it their own. The defender or the kicking team player leapt in the air, got it at its highest point, but it had not traveled the 10 yards. Therefore, the ball is awarded to the Korah Colts team. So hopefully that explains it to you in a nutshell.
Coach, and we've talked about it before, and the only squad that can score points on both sides is defense. They can prevent and they can score. So I think that's what they're looking for right now. They're looking for a nice run stop and maybe strip the ball and get a turnover.
Another short field for Colts as they take over. Looks like Melchiori with a nice little run. May have got 9 on the play. 2nd and 1 coming up.
Number 52.
52 for the Hawks on the stop. That'll be Drayden Brock.
Tackle for the Superior Heights Steelhawks.
So Superior Heights recognizing that they need the turnover and tried the onside kick to try to get a quick recovery, but didn't work out for them. But let's see if their defense can come to play here. So high in motion. Ball goes to Gazzetti. He's unable to be brought down right away. Gains of about 7 on the play. Move the sticks. Brings up first down. 5:15 to go in the third.
Yeah, and I think you're going to see a lot
Number
of this
22,
is
Nathan Gazzetti
just
on
inside
the
runs, wear the clock down, wear their defense down.
First down and 10 for the Colts.
And Superior better be up for the task because they need a turnover and they need to stop.
Yeah.
Number 63.
And again, we'll count on all 12 to come up and make a play. And as you mentioned, Korah offense just satisfied to run the ball and take the clock down. The motion in the backfield. They're going to swing out. Nice job by their back to block. Gazzetti turns it back inside. And although that's a great ball and a great rush by Gazzetti, it all started in the back here with
41-yard touchdown run.
A corner blitzing and getting the block out, turning it inside. So, nice job. Gazzetti gets all the glory, but the blocking out front of him allowed him to get to the outside corner, cut it back in, and then obviously run back to center. So a nice play on the run.
It was a nice cutback. He sees
the
field very nicely. Yeah.
Yep. And that's tough to defend too, because if you know a guy's going straight to the corner, then you can just angle him to the corner. If you have to respect the cutback. As Blair puts another one through, perfect after
Number
6
2, Nixon Blair,
point after attempts.
Colts 42, Superior Heights Steelhawks 22.
So 42-22 is the margin here. 4:45 to go in the third period, and Korah again showing why they're top of the pile, first place in this division, but game still not out of reach for the Steelhawks, but they'll have to march as they did to open this third quarter and score another touchdown to get back within striking distance.
Right. Superior coaches have to figure something out in a hurry because, again, 3/4 of their touchdowns are coming from the outside runs. So there's no secret to anybody. I think everybody. Wall returns, and when you drop a kickoff like that, there's no chance of recovery. So it's just every man for himself there and just get some yards.
Yeah. So Solo into lead his Steelhawks. 4:34 to go in the third quarter. Again, looking for a little lightning in a bottle here. Try to trim this lead. 42-22. So there's a sweep. Solo has to lead him, put a little behind. Travis Nuda able to pick up the toss, but strings it out.
Number 18, Travis Nuda on
looks
the
like
carry.
a loss of 2 on the play, brings back 2nd and 12.
Second and 13.
Yeah, they're now stringing that run out there.
Number
They've been successful all game with that. And I think what the coaches have just done is they've got their guys out a bit wider, let everything funnel back inside, and it's not successful anymore.
And maybe these adjustments within the game, they might want to do the counter trap or a reverse or something to catch them on their heels. All kinds of different plays at their disposal, but we'll see what they elect to do.
Even throw a few passes out there, right? Keep them on their toes.
Well, you got one chance to win this game, and it starts now. So 42-22. Let's see what they elect. And there's again Pro looking to pass. Got a man. Deering catch and run out to the 53-yard line of the Korah Colts. So inside their territory.
That was a well-designed play. It was a pass going out.
And again, when the ball goes to Perot, nobody's expecting a pass. So defensive backers roll up to try to help on the run stop. And obviously Deering leaks out into the flats and is able to run downfield. And actually Perot with a nice tight ball right on the money.
And I think they're going to have to do a little more of that because time's not on their side right now.
Well, I mentioned the reverse or the trap, and they did something tricky, and it worked out. So let's see if they go and adopt some of this misdirection. There's a sweep. Looks like turning back inside. Deering with the play, with the carry, about 4 yards. And again, that's a nice conservative play after a big gain. So
at this point in the game, Scotty, you just want positive yards.
Number 36, Cohen.
You get knocked back on the ball, it's going to really hurt your play calling. So positive yards, ball security, and move forward.
Yeah, and we mentioned earlier the 3 yards at a time, chipping away and making the sticks move. But clock's running out of time here, or they're running out of clock time.
Absolutely.
And as long as you're moving forward, you don't have to change too much from the stray from the plan. Run, pass. And Pro again here with a run
2
to
3
about the
yards.
45.
Albert Perot, he goes straight ahead and gets a yard.
Looks like a knee was down when he crossed the 45, so we'll wait for the spot, but I believe it'll be at the 45, bringing up a 3rd and 4.
Number 37, Curtis Price.
Curtis Price, 37. Haven't heard his name, but looks like he's in at the defensive line and making a nice stop on the play.
If they're going to make any charge at this lead, they're going to need to score here on this possession, I think, Scott.
Yeah, I think taking it into the end zone before the end of the quarter would be their best MO for a clutch comeback
then
here.
You're down 14, right, and anything can happen. You got fumble recovery, punt recovery.
Yeah. And again, Wooten's out to run, but looks to the other side
That
to
was a great
Deering.
pass.
Another great ball. Cherasolo again, very poised. Executes that offense very efficiently. Doesn't get called on to throw very often, but when he does, he's on the money. 39, Nick Deering.
That was a nice decision by Cherasolo. A really nice tight ball. Picked up right away. He picked up his receiver.
I had a feeling it was going to be a pass. I saw Dylan Wooten lined up on the wing out here, and he's usually in tight. So
tackle on the play made by
trying to stretch the field wide, and maybe they can stretch it north-south.
Top Gun before you came out, that love and feeling, Coach?
I've lost that love and feeling.
I'm sure you have.
Watching these guys banging each other and hurting.
Yeah, good for them, though. It's better them than us.
Well, it felt like I played a game.
18.
Playing bruised and banged up and sore.
Tick-tock in the clock,
Full
it's ticking.
Full marks to these young athletes who give it their all and playing through injury and adversity. And I would trade spots with them in a heartbeat, but
absolutely,
obviously great to go back to 15, 16 years old, and living out your dream, having a great time on the football field. Stopped quickly. Travis Snoot on the carry, but
once again,
no positive yards there. Brings up 3rd and 10. So
number 37.
Tough job for Travis Snoot, who's been having some great luck running the ball, but they were able to figure him out on that play, and the Colts make the stop, bringing up 3rd and 10. So 2 down territory again. You have to move the sticks to keep this drive rolling. You won't see any punting.
That was a strange call.
Timeout called by the.
There was about 35 seconds taken off the clock, and then a timeout was called.
Volunteer Appreciation Day, so make sure that you go out and give a big thanks, a big round of applause to all the volunteers that help in all of these offerings that we have, the efforts that are put forward by the referees, the coaches, the volunteers, including Claire down at the ticket booth, who's been working these East-West and high school football games for as long as I've been a student, and that was some 35 years
Absolutely,
ago.
Scott.
We often don't take care of our people, and we're quick to eat our own. If we want this amateur sports to continue, we have to remember to respect those volunteers that are doing so much for us. The fumble, a great run, but ball hit the ground. Korah Colts looking to return it, and tracked down by the 1. Great effort by Will Madaw to stop a touchdown, but a lot of damage was done on that recovery. Did you see who recovered that ball, Coach?
No, I don't, but we got a man down.
The fumble is scooped up by number 20, Turner Dickinson. He sprints
Turner
down the
Dickinson
left
with the
sideline.
return all the way down
Makes
inside the
tackle
5.
on the 2-yard
Injury
line.
on the
First
play.
and
We'll
goal
bring you
for
that
Colts.
in a second, but
There were 2 or 3 kids that had their hands on the ball first.
Looks
and
like number
double
6,
fumble.
Will
It looked
Nadaw
like
with the touchdown saving tackle.
looked like a hot potato there and bouncing all around. Sorry, Coach. I was just talking about our volunteers and how much they do, and the thankless job that it is to be a volunteer. And remember to thank our volunteers for doing such a great job. Our coaches, like I said, are all the volunteers, the security that works here, the referees that we take for granted, and let's give them props and big shout out as we celebrate Volunteer Appreciation Day. Anyway, back to the field. 4.1 seconds to go, so enough time for Korah to run at least one play. We have an injury on the field. We'll get the number for you and give you an update on that very shortly. Again, a nice play execution by Superior Heights. But again, nice job. Somebody must have stripped that ball, popped it loose.
Well, it looked like he was going to get to the edge, and
yeah.
He stripped that first tackle. But I think as he was trying to get away and make that next step, the ball got loose, and I don't even know if it was hit loose. He was trying to wrestle away from that first tackler, and good job in the backfield for that defense, getting back there. And then again, did this convoy and tackle by committee, and that's what happened.
Yeah. Well, they're looking like they were chasing a chicken wing down the street there with the ball bouncing around. And
you almost think Matty Tucker's out there running those chicken wings down.
There would be nobody but Matty, monopolizing on the Mikey Spesh. Big shout out to Matty Tucker, senior, as Coach mentioned, coach with the senior St. Mary's Knights, who will be taking the field tomorrow at 7:30 in the final against the Korah Colts for the city championship. A great matchup. You'll have it here on Saultsports.com, so be sure to join us here. If you got nothing to do on Friday, come on out. It's a beautiful night on forecast again, and we're on an injury timeout here, but don't forget to join us tomorrow, 7:30 at the Superior Heights Stadium.
Looks like they're calling in an ambulance, Coach.
So it looks like you're stuck with us for a few more minutes. An ambulance has been called.
We still don't know the number, who's down.
Deering was carrying the ball. I'm not sure if that's Deering, but we'll try to get a number for you. It looks like he's moving his extremities. He was laying idle on the field, but it looks like he has some movement. His knee is up, and obviously we're going to err on the side of caution here and take every precaution to make sure that the young athlete is taken care of. We just got a note from our fearless leader here that we're going to take a little break while we wait for the ambulance. They're tending to the injured player, and we're going to take a break, and we'll come back. So stay nearby, grab yourself a quick hot chocolate, and join us again in a few minutes when we resume this junior final. Score 42 for the Colts, 22 for the Superior Heights Steelhawks. Take care.
Can I have your attention, please, with the owner of a black Chrysler 200 license plate CSXB 738. Please go and move your car from the, it's blocking the gate over there. Black Chrysler 200 license plate CSXB 738. Please move your car for us, thank you.
Okay, gang, we're rejoining you here. Korah has it on the 1 yard line. And they ramble in, barring no penalty. It looks like another score for the Korah Colts. So, again, for those of you rejoining us, we're back on after an injury timeout. Good news to report. The injured player was taken off by ambulance in a precautionary fashion. Seems to be okay and alert.
66, Eli Pavoni for the touchdown for the Korah Colts.
And more from a precautionary side, let's say, that they're going to take for observation. And we'll continue with this game. It's 49-22. Blair kicks the extra point,
22.
bringing it to 49-22 at the end of the third quarter. So we'll
Looks like a
reload,
flag
we'll
on the
flip
play
side.
here.
Oh, might have to kick it again, or maybe assessed at the end of
I don't know. It almost
kickoff.
looked like the center went down, so I'm wondering if there was a nose
Fourth
tackle
quarter
on
is
the
going
center.
to be run straight time.
And 49-22 again. We're ready to start the fourth quarter. If you just rejoined us, Korah Colts has just scored after the injury timeout.
So they increased the lead by 27.
So the lead is 27 points, and we've just been told that we're going to go straight time. So we'll have 12 minutes to play in this game. Korah Colts up 49-22, a lead of 27 points. I was under the impression it was 35 and up, but
That's what I was told as well. But maybe for
maybe
playoffs,
maybe in junior, maybe in playoffs.
no, juniors is 35. So we'll get a correction on that and see, because to my knowledge it is 35 points.
Anyway, maybe because of the injury timeout, we have to leave the field. But 12 minutes left to go. Tough hill to climb for the Steelhawks, but they'll take the ball after the kickoff. Looks like the penalty that was assessed was going against the Steelhawks.
So they'll assess a 15-yard penalty on the kickoff, and I think it was hitting the center, which isn't allowed, again, for player safety. He has to be untouched.
Well, one job for the center is that snap the ball as protection. Looks like that's the call against the Steelhawks. So Scotch-Melio back to kick. Travis Newt and one more back for the Steelhawks. Can't get the number, but we'll see who's going to return this ball. And looks like Trevor Newt's going to take it on the 3-yard line. Bobbles it a bit, but is able to maintain possession. Makes a nice run.
Yeah, it's a decent
Out to
run
the
back.
18-yard line.
Kickoff is
gain of
good.
about
15 yards on that run.
Travis Sanuti brings it out to the 19-yard line. First down
All right.
and 10 Superior Heights.
So Steelhawks have done a nice job marching the ball once they've had it. They've had the luxury of a lot of time on the clock. We're down to straight time, 11:30 to play, so they'll have to speed things up.
Number 36, Cohen Manchelenko with the tackle.
Manchelenko on the tackle on the kickoff. And again, we've had some success with the Steelhawks getting the ball, and they put 22 points up on the board, so they did a nice job on the offense, just not sustained. And Korah with an answer every time that they get the touch the ball.
No, and I guess in what they say in junior football, if you put up 22 points, a good chance you either win in the game or pretty close. But they had a tough time with containing Gazzetti, and like every game, it's the same thing. He gets to the edge, and with his speed, there's not a lot of kids in this junior program that's going to
Number
catch
18,
him.
Ben Travis Newt on the carry. He gets back.
They
to the line of
certainly
scrimmage
put up a
to be
valiant
second down
effort.
and 10.
First half
23, Hunter
was
Dickinson
pretty
on the
squeaky
tackle.
clean. No penalties. It just looks like the second half got away from the defense.
So again, in 10 minutes or so, towards the end of the game, we will be announcing our team essentials, Domino's Sault Ste Marie players of the game. Some great candidates here today. A great afternoon of football and evening. We're under the lights here. We've got 10:15 to go. Steelhawks marching. Looks like a pickup of a couple on the play. Brings up 3rd and 7. Again, a reminder to join us tomorrow. We have the senior final featuring these Korah Colts versus the St. Mary's Knights. So come on out and join us here on Saultsports.com.
Makes it 3rd and 7.
It'll be live at 7:30 again from the Steelhawks Stadium here at Superior Heights. Be sure to make a plan to join us, either at home or at the field. Kickoff time 7:30. So looks like Steelhawks elect to run on 3rd down. Get to the corner.
Good
Looks
hustle.
like enough for a 1st down and a flag again on the play. So we'll see where the flag is directed, and if it's against the Korah Colts, the Steelhawks look to have picked up the 1st down. We'll move the stick. So no indication just yet. It looks like they're pointing in both directions, so maybe offsetting penalties.
Looks
We'll
like
see.
rough play against the Superior Heights Steelhawks.
No, rough play against Steelhawks, so they shot themselves in the foot a little bit. We'll march that off, and it may be 3rd and about 14 on the play. So
Yeah, I think it was a crack
back block.
Yeah, I think it was. And they've taken that right out of junior football. I know there's a lot of coaches who still coach the crack block, but you can't get to the head. You have to make sure you see the numbers, and you can't really hit on a defenseless
Apparently it
defender.
was after the 1st down, so it's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Steelhawks on their own 15-yard line.
So as the yard markers move, penalty was assessed after the 1st down was made by the Steelhawks. So they'll start about their 15-yard line with a new set of downs following the penalty. Looks like they're going to sweep. Looks like Travis New trying to get to the corner. Nice job by 53 to shoot
really
through.
Sealing in that, they're sealing the outside,
18,
and
Travis
they
New
made
once
that
again,
adjustment
he
at half.
loses a
Sorry,
couple with
Scott.
2nd down,
They
12.
made that adjustment at half, and you can really tell it's worked for them because there hasn't been very much outside running on
Number
on Superior's
53,
end.
Lucas Hurley with the tackle for the Korah Colts.
So 53 from the Colts. Lucas Hurley in on the play. Nice job jumping through the backfield and into the backfield and making the tackle. So Lucas Hurley, 53 with the tackle. Have to add him to our roster sheet here. So again, loss on the play brings up 2nd and 12 from the 14-yard line.
And with the straight run on that clock, it's a tough hill to climb. But again, valiant effort to Superior for being in the game for as long as they have. They just couldn't really do too much on the defensive end of the ball.
64, Albert Perot on
Beautiful
the
part
carry. Gets up
about
to the 19-yard
our
line. Will be
junior
3rd and
program
about 6.
throughout the city this year is how much parity there's been. There's some been flip-flops, some up and down games, some blowouts
Number
with
11,
an answer by
Marquise
the
Strawbridge
losing team
with the
to come
tackle
back
for
the
the
next year week and challenge, if not win the game. So it's always a close game, and it's always not always a close game, but always very competitive, and some great parity in the junior loop. And
Absolutely.
that's a great tribute to all the coaches and the programs and all the effort that goes in. So thanks again to our volunteers for doing such a great job and creating some great football.
You're welcome, Scott.
And thanks again to the SMFL program as well, and the SaberCats, which continues to develop our Sault Ste. Marie
64,
athletes
Albert Perot on
in
the carry,
football
short loss,
and
makes
all
it 4th
high
and
school
8.
sports. And great thank you to Saultsports.com for their coverage and their promotion of these high school sports and sports across the city. So.
Yeah, you mentioned SMFL, and when you and I were growing up playing, our first football play was really grade 9. We didn't have that SMFL, and when I moved out to Vancouver and came back to Sault Ste. Marie and heard of the success, it was great to hear as football is just a big part of my life and my family, and to see the effort that a lot of these volunteer coaches for SMFL is really nice to see.
Excellent. On 4th down, they elect to punt. Nice punt by Wooten. Goes back all the way to the Korah 50. Pins them deep. Nice return. About 7 yards on the play, but
Number 23,
midfield is where
Hunter
Korah
Dickinson
will
on the
take
punt return. He brings it to the
take
Superior
over.
Heights
Hunter
Steelhawks,
Dickinson with the
53-yard line,
recovery
will be 1st and
or
10.
the reception. And again, a nice job scrambling out of the pocket and getting the punt off by Wooten. Again, a great future
Number
for him.
56.
It almost
Great
looked like
leg
a live
for
ball. It looked like a
Emerson
live ball. It was
Scott
touched, I
and
believe.
Number 10, Dylan Wooten on the tackle.
Dylan Wooten again on the kick, and that'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Colts. And it looks like they'll, with 5 minutes left, try to run down the clock as much as they can and with a clock that's running, this probably could be the last drive if they use the clock well. So again, shout out to both teams and all of the teams in this division. White Pines again coming and showing great progress this year. Subbing in a few guys on the defensive side for the Superior Heights Steelhawks. Jacob Matthew Perks in for the Hawks on defensive line. Looks like the end around again. Looks like 24, 34 here. 34 is AJ Cochemilio. Gets around to the corner. Gains a nice 18 yards on the play. Finally brought down by Middaw, number 6 by the Hawks.
Yeah, it looks like Middaw's all over the field. He's offense, defense, having himself a great game.
For first down, it's going to be first down and 10. Korah on the Steelhawks 35.
Despite the loss for Superior in this game, a lot of things to take away. Very positive first half for a lot of the kids, and that's one thing we want to take a shout out, give a shout out to, because the junior program is all about building a program for the school, and it's not until you get up to the senior programs where you really tweak those crafts. And I know we talked about it several times in the past that a lot of kids here are going to make some good senior football players, and again, this is just a stepping stone.
Absolutely, and starting to see a few subs come in.
Number
and
88, Diego Campagna,
finish out this game, get a few reps, get a little experience
14.
leading into next year. Loss on the play brings up 2nd and 14. 3 minutes to go in the game. Korah leading 49-22.
With the tackle.
Carter Girardi with a big stop. And again, some of these players are obviously going to go on to great success in senior program. Some of these kids, including some of these starters, are absolutely going to dominate next year again in this junior loop. So look forward to seeing next year, and a lot of great promise in all these programs. Back to the line of scrimmage for the Korah Colts. Maybe about the 36. Bringing up 3rd and 11.
Number 31, Cam Williamson on the carry. He gets 4 yards, makes it 3rd and 11.
Almost gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Nice to see a couple kids getting in.
47, Kevin Jones.
They spend a lot of time on the practice field and getting banged around, and win or lose, always nice for them to get some reps.
Well, Rodney Dangerfield there with no respect, but late in the game here, Chase Christie, number 21, getting a few looks here. A few others getting some touch of the action here on the turf. And a quick handoff inside. Nice ball. He's going to make it outside. He has a corner. That's a new back. Is that 88? 88 for the Colts. Another Diego Campagna.
Number 88, Diego Campagna with the touchdown run for the Korah Colts.
He had some nice wheels on him. He gets through the inside on a counter.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Looked a little like Peyton Melchior there scampering through, and then I saw the 8s and had to check my roster sheet, and Campana with a nice opportunity to score. So, again, padding the lead a bit, 55-22. Imagine number 2, Nixon Blair, is going to come out to try his, looks like 8th consecutive
up and good.
point after. Perfect night for Nixon Blair in the kicking department, as well as a strong game with a few tackles on defense. So, again, a little bit of domination here as the Korah Colts continue to flex their muscle. Looks like the trophy is making its way to the field, so we will have a presentation of that for the Korah Colts team. Mere formality now. We might have one kickoff to salt the game away, counting down 36 seconds to play.
Yeah,
again,
go ahead.
I'm just going to mention the sponsors one more time.
Absolutely.
Of course, our player of the game is brought to you by Domino's, Sault Ste Marie, and Team Essentials. Not to forget Elite 8 Basketball Academy, the Huron Superior Catholic District School Board, Algoma District School Board, on the radio, KISS 100.5 and Country 104.3. Bob Davies at Freeze Frame Photos, Saultsports.smugmug.com. GFL Memorial Gardens as well on board this year, sponsoring our live broadcast from Saultsports.com. That looks like the ball game, guys. We may have to take a knee to celebrate, but it looks like it's a mere formality as the Korah Colts
And that's the ball
joined
game,
together
folks. Congratulations
to celebrate a
Superior Heights Steelhawks on an
56-22
excellent season.
victory
And this year's
against the
junior champions are
Steelhawks.
the Korah Colts.
So here you are at midfield with your junior division Sault Ste. Marie High School football champion Korah Colts. Big congratulations to them. Big thank you to our referees for another great night. Thursday night football. At this point, I'd like to honor the MVPs or the players of the game, sponsored by Domino's Sault Ste. Marie and Team Essentials. Lots of great efforts, lots of great honorable mentions. Tonight we're going to give the award for most valuable player to Nathan Gazzetti, number 22 of the Korah Colts. Lots of great runs, lots of great positive yards, and obviously an offensive force. Also like to celebrate number 39, Nick Deering, for a wonderful game, doing it on both sides of the ball and having himself a great game and, of course, a great season. So big thank you to both programs, all the programs in this junior football loop. Thank you for a great night. Be sure to join us again tomorrow at 7:30 for the senior final featuring the Korah Colts and the St. Mary's Knights. Big thank you to Mike Parlow, who joined me today, and hope to see you tomorrow. Any closing comments, Coach?
No, that's about it. Well done on both squads, and it was a pleasure calling the game with you, Scotty. And we'll see you tomorrow for the senior final.
And those of you that are here at the stadium, Coach Parlow will be playing in the Sugar Bowl later today in about a half an hour's time. You want to stick around for a little men's league